Hello, hello, Rhoda here. Welcome to my craft room. Today we're working on book page specimen pockets. And it's going to cover your full page of your book just like this. And it will be a little pocket besides. You can also make it a tuck or another pocket, a double pocket, whatever you would want to do with it. I have all of these extra book pages where I had pulled some out of a book I made into an altered book. So I wanted to use some of those up, and this was the perfect project. So we're going to do some mixed media with that today. This is from one of my older books. I liked it because it was springy, and I loved the color system here. This one, I had a stencil that I did a couple of colors on with, and it went so well with this one, which I guess I probably did that on purpose. This little thing here, this is from early on when I was actually recording where I got the idea and what the name of it was, but most of these things were scrapbooking with me. But this was from 2021, and it was a magazine seed packet pocket. Now this little flip here, this is usually what they call a Rita Donnelly flip. It's just a square, and you fold it in half from corner to corner. I put a tiny dot down here. I only glued it at the tip, and it's making it a tuck. You can also do it to where you only glue it on the two sides, and it's an actual tuck for something on the page as well. It's a very versatile little pocket and journaling spot if you don't want somebody to see what you're journaling. So anyway, there's a tip for that. And this here, I think I put a mark back here. I never have filled it, but I glued it down to be a double pocket. But this pretty little girl is inside, and one of the sayings was wears a crown, so I thought that was perfect for what she was doing. You're able to journal on this. And what did I say this was? A magazine pocket. So what she wanted you to do was take a page out of a magazine, and you're going to fold this in similar to like a seed packet is folded. Let me find a piece of paper and show you. All right, all right. I found this rough-looking paper out of my trash can. So basically, all it is you're folding it. It's a long rectangle, and you're just going to fold it. It can be any size, shape, weight, or whatever, as long as you're overlapping your two pieces on the back. That's all you have to do, because those two will get glued together. Then at the bottom, you're going to just want to fold it up just a half an inch, something like that. And then you will unfold it, and you're going to cut away the two side pieces, like here. And then you're going to do a wedge cut into the middle one, and a wedge cut out of the middle one, and then cut the rest of that off. And then all you do from there is you're going to, like I said, glue these two on top of each other like that, and then glue this over the bottom part to hold them both together. And before you do that, or maybe after, you cut a thumb punch like I did right here, right at the top. And what it is you're using the base of the magazine as the base. I should have phrased it like that. And then you're going to find a pretty paper or something to put over top of it. And I just kind of collaged with what I did there. But yeah, that's the basis of this. This is like a little mini, a little mini bonus for you right here. So anyhow, that's how I made that. Then, let me get that out of the way. I got books everywhere. I did a little shopping yesterday at Dollar Tree. Got me a few more little goodies. All right, some paper crafting with Miss Tommy. Gave me an assortment of these butterflies. I don't know where she got them. Probably Temu somewhere. Maybe Amazon. She's always shopping on Amazon. So he's going to wait over here. And this is the one that I came up with. So I'm trying to think what to tell you about the circle, because I have a circle die. Actually, a bunch of them, because they're nesting. They're in several sizes. This is 4-inch. So here is what I have. It's one of these Darice ones. It's from way long ago. And like I said, it's what does it say? It's 6 pieces, nesting circles. That's what they call it. I don't even think you can get these anymore, but there's so many different brands that sell these. My other option for you, that if you don't have one of these, and you can get something that is circular to the size of what your focal will be for the inside, for the specimen part. This is like we're looking through the microscope kind of thing, and we're seeing the specimen, or you know, the guys out collecting collecting specimens. So whatever you may have that's a circle, we're just going to do it on one of these sides so I can kind of show you. It's that's got a money puzzle tree. Let's go ahead and use that. So make sure you get it right in the center. And my little guy, he's pretty big, so we'll want to go up close to the top so I can fold up my pocket. This, I should be telling you this page size. I cut this page down to be 5 by... It's 5 by 9 1/4. It was a tall page, wasn't it? So, anyhow, we're going to go close to the top up here, because what I did is I folded this up to be 7 inches tall. And I needed all of this space. Let's see. Okay. This is going to be a little less than the 4 inches. But this will just give you an idea of what you could do if you had something like a saucer, a bowl, maybe a little bowl that you could set in half. But we're only going to do it halfway, like that. And then you can fold your piece in half lightly. Don't do it too hard, though. I don't know if you see it, especially if I'm only going to have a pocket down here at the bottom. And then you're going, oh, I didn't even fold it good. Let me get this one out of the way so I can see what I'm doing. There we go. That's better. And then you can get in here and cut that. And both sides should be the same. We're going to see. I have not tried it this way. I made myself do it the easy way, and I laid all of these different layers together and did them all at one shot on my... or at least 4 layers together, and did it on my cut machine. So see, yeah, it's pretty round. Pretty round. There we go. So there's an idea for you in case you don't have a nesting die or a circle die or anything like that. See, it's just a little bit smaller than the one I have there. That's okay. That's okay. All right, what what we want to do, though, is do a little bit of spraying. And we're going to color this base paper, not the base paper, the cover paper we want to colorize up. And so, let me get everything out of the way. I got stuff everywhere, don't I? So first, let me get the cutting machine over here. Which I had covered with everything. And we're going to cut these other pieces down. So all I did with these pieces was I took and cut it just a little bit left of the script, or the typing. And then I turned it over and I measured it up to the 5-inch mark. And I did it that way, in case you're doing it on your cutter. Now, you may take your ruler and rip it. If you've got like a grid design, like I've got behind me here, you could just take and rip it the one way, and then measure it up like I did against the 5-inch mark on your piece, and rip it the other way. So there we go. All right, so now I got to get some spray paints out here, which you might like. And we got to spray up 2 of those. All right, I'm going for these 3 colors. I have peacock feathers and cracked pistachio in the oxide, and I have ice spruce because I like that little bit of dark in this. Well, I'm going to go ahead and start with the lightest shade that I've got, which is the pistachio, though I may have wanted to go with the other one. Oh, rats. Well, we'll come back with it if I need to. And I always like to have a little paper towel handy to wipe my nose off every time I get done spraying. That just keeps the tube clear, and you don't have to worry about, yeah, I'm going to have to come back and do a few spots of my cracked pistachio. It's totally gone now. Alright, and then we have my ice spruce, which, giving it that little bit of a dark, and it'll work in a little bit, because spray stains are, they blend, I feel, better, but they will work into the page more. And what it is the oxides will always be on top. They are always on top, just because of the nature of the beast, I guess. And I didn't really shake that up. We're going back in with a few little splotches. I got to try to halfway. Yeah, there we go. Halfway push the trigger. You got to learn that little delicate touch to it. Now, we're going to do something a little different with this one than we did with the others that I'm going to show you. Is that I'm going to add gold. And I've been wanting to. This is the tarnished brash spray stain. Brass, not brash. But I'm also going to try to do just a kind of, yeah, I like a little halfway spitting kind of technique there. And I'm just trying to get it in the places that I think won't get cut off, or that I'm not going to need. Ugh, like maybe right there. Oh, what a puddle. Okay. Where's that rag? This is some pretty neat stuff. I used to watch, or I still watch 49 Dragonflies, and she swears by this stuff. She uses it all the time. All the time. And it's a really beautiful color. It's a gorgeous color. And what I'm going to go ahead and do is just get in here and spray it and try to get it all dry. And then I'll be right back. Well, rats, I kind of missed a step. So we have to measure up, or put this at the 7-inch mark, and then we're going to fold it at the bottom down here. And what it is that's making it our 7 inches tall. And I'm trying to get the pocket to have the color that was supposed to have color as well. So the pocket ends up being just shy of 2 1/4. It's maybe 2 1/8. So you see, you've got that little bit of extra down here. So what I'm going to do is throw it back in the box real quick and put some spray on here. And all I needed is on the outside edges, because it's going to be covered. Yeah, I forgot. I did these yesterday, or the majority of them. So when I did them yesterday, I went ahead and folded it up, and then I sprayed them. So I got a chance to get the spray here and along here, where that's the only place you're going to see it. So you didn't waste any of your spray. So that's what we've got now. And I thought I would do, I don't need it down here. These are going to be like covered in, except for the very tippy top edge. But I thought along the top up here, you know, just a little bit of stamping might be nice. So we're going to try that. This one I'm going to go with first. And I'm using some of these cool stamps that Jody Martin sent me. Thank you, Jody. Ooh. Let's see if I can get them out of here. Is that the I guess that's the way to get them out. So I just want to try this. This registrar is very nice and dark. Let me try that one. They don't have to make sense. I just want some shapes and some colors, and I'm using my VersaFine pigment ink, which makes and it's Onyx Black. It makes a very dark, great, like if you're doing script stamps or words or, phrases, anything like that. This color is great because it's very saturated. See, this is a piece of book page which is sucking in every bit of that moisture. So that's what's happening with that. So that's a great showing. All right, what else do we want? I really like this circular one here. And I did not spray this with water in any way when I was putting it on. So, you can if you want, if it'll run your colors together more. I'm going to put that kind of up here. I have a few things that's going in here, so what I put on here doesn't have to be visually seen. It's just like a layer in the background. And I'm going to put one of those over here as well. I should have left the ink on it, shouldn't I? All right, we're going to do a little bit of that one right here. Yeah, like that. Give me some more shapes. We're also going to be doing some heat embossing on here. Woo, woo. Let's see, what else do I have that's good? I might try this Parfum Violet. I actually have that on a scrapbook page that I was going to use on some kind of little project here. I might have to remember that so I can pull that out. All right, we're putting this right here, right up below the cut circle. I'm going to do that on both of them. Yeah, I like that. And that's not... You only need your little background paper if you're going to go off your page. And right here. And you also want it to stamp off. Okay. What else do we have? I like that big date. 1871. Huh. Yeah, let's use that. That's something different. Get off of there. Okay. And then that'll be the only stuff I put on here stamp-wise. Let's see. Let's just put that right up here. I don't have anything up in this corner. That's why I'm kind of placing these up there. All right, 1871. Okay. That's good. That's all that... I'm sorry, I keep shaking you, don't I? All right. We'll put this away. I think it's this way. Set it to the side. Get this off of here. And we're going to go to the next step, which is inking. Don't you love it, Phyllis? I'm going to be inking. Oh, I have a pad up underneath there, and I used another one. Oh, well. What it is because this is a black script, or a black printed book page, and the butterflies over here have a lot of black on them. I thought it would be nice to have this border of black that goes all the way around the outside of this. And I thought about putting, something in here that was like acetate or packaging plastic, clear plastic, so it looks like you're looking through a slide or a piece of glass, but I decided against it. I didn't think it was needed. The butterflies have like a coating on them that makes them shiny anyway, so I thought it was just not going to be needed. And then what we're going to do here is go around the outside edge of our piece to finish it off. And go along our bottom as well. And then we're going to do this one. And I just like that black. And this extra bit of stamping on these two, I think will really add to it. I don't think I did any teal. I did blues on a couple in my example stash over there. So that may be the same color or close to the same color as these. But I try to go more into the teal color, just so I'd have a few variations. And like I say, these are going to be a cover to cover your page with. You got a white page in your journals, or, you know, it could be Happy Mail. It just depends on what you wanted to do with it. I'm always thinking of those white pages because you get like a blank, you know, it's kind of a blank, but you come up with like, what can I put there? What can I put there? And most of the time it's stenciling, or, you know, you put another piece of paper there along those lines. So, all right, next step is, I believe it's heat embossing. So, we've got everything set out over here that we're going to do for the heat embossing. I have, what is that? It's a mixed media powder lime, and I got it at Hobby Lobby. And I think maybe Mom got it for me. I can't quite remember, but it's very different. I'm going to go ahead and use my little scrappy again, because on this one I'm going off the side of the page. And then on the other one, yeah, well, probably as well. So this is the Versamark watermark stamp pad. And it's got like a glycerin inside to it. So I'm going to just cover the whole stamp. And I got this stamp as well at Hobby Lobby. It's a Hero Arts. I don't know that it has a name. It's just K5314. So maybe if you go to Hobby Lobby, they'll still have those there. And I'm laying it down right on the edge. As you can see, the stem is going off. I know with a wooden stamp it's hard to see, but I made sure the point was right up there at the top. And I'm just putting that down there. And then I'm coming back in just on the tip. And coming in on this side. Right here. And letting it curl up to where it's almost touching the circle. And we're going to go ahead and put the powder on here, because this will dry fast. And if you don't get the powder on, it won't, you'll have to go in again. Just a warning. So you can't like do multiples at the same time. All right. And this is a really pretty green. See? And now all I have to do is set that to the side, maybe up here. And we'll do the next one. And then we can heat emboss them both at the same time. I don't know what the period of time is that you have, that you can not heat emboss it, but you don't want the glycerin content to dry up, because then it won't stick. Even the powder won't stick. Oh, you better have your ducks in a row, in other words. Okay. Let me get this out of the way. And I have my little trash can over here beside me, so anytime anything needs to go in it, it just goes straight in a trash can. And then we have, and it's got some kind of a, can you see it? It's like a dark, kind of sandy something or other that's in there. Did I completely cover that? Maybe not. Well, if it didn't go all the way on, that's fine. You know me, I like grungy. So maybe I'll consider that a grungy look. Yeah, see inside of there? It's got like a It's different elements that make this up besides that green. And then I got this idea about the paper plate from Celeste at Woodland Inspired, and I loved it. I've been using it ever since, Celeste, so thank you. Thank you. All right, so get that put away. We want to get our stamp cleaned off as soon as possible because you don't want that drying on it. I just use a little wet wipe. It's actually a facial cleaner wipe that I get at Walmart for 96 cents for a whole container of them. Right here. That's what I always use. I mean, it's got a pure and gentle kind of a makeup to it. So I thought, well, if it's good enough for my face, it ought to be good enough for my stamps. And so far, so good. You know, the about 3 years I've been using it, nothing's happened. I know you're supposed to be getting a stamp cleaner. I might have to do that when I get to getting my Missy. All right, I'll set that to the side and let that dry the rest of the way. And now, we want to dry this. So get the gun out, get it hot. Only problem is, since this is so flimsy up here, I had to lean it against my metal lamp post over here last night when I did that majority of them. But we'll see what we can do today. Don't take it too long because, look, the parfum got it. That's alright. Let's see if I can turn it upside down and hold it at an angle. Oh, my whole stamp up there got green. Oh. I never think to dry my oxide before I go to the next step. Look, that one did the same thing. Ooh, you can see the pretty little fern pieces on that one. Alright. It's just so wimpy. Doesn't want to hold its shape. Okay. There we go. Now, next step. Did I say this was going to be a short video? Well, it's not too bad. It's almost 30 minutes. All right. Our next step is to get our pieces, the base pieces covered. Now, you can also just go ahead and go in with your wet glue and glue these shut. When you go across, like I went down a little far there, when you go across, that needs another poke, you have to hold that down a little better because it doesn't like an embossed surface. So you have to give it a little bit of a hold down to get it to stick all the way. So yeah, this one little piece that is pretty easy. You don't have to do all these different steps that I'm doing to it, but I thought it added up to the whole overall look, and I really liked it. Yeah, so let me do the next one. Ooh, come on. Yeah, the darker your background, the more the heat embossing part of it turned out visible. So I really like the green ones that I did. I'll be showing you those here in just a minute or two because there's not much left to this this step of it. I have a little bit showing over, so I thought I would trim that just a tad. There we go. Yeah. Now, the part here is where you need to basically place this down. Now, if you have white showing, that's fine. My very first one, I had a lot of white showing. So I sort of framed it in that. Because you see white in the background and the white framing it. But mostly I've cut it to where it's going to be a really tight fit. So you get in here. You have that placed right at the top. Right where you need it. And usually this butterfly is going to be riding right down on this white part separating my book page, but maybe not yours. So I'm going to hold him there and come out and draw a line right under the two parts of his base. So that gives me an idea where to place him back. Okay, now we'll go ahead and glue him down. Get that out of the way. Okay. Oh, I never even thanked you for coming to visit with me today. Good grief. I got right into it, didn't I? Well, I really appreciate you spending some time with me. I hope you're enjoying this project. I hope you give this project a try. Let me know if you plan to do this. I mean, it doesn't have to be all these different steps I'm doing. I know you just enjoy seeing mixed media a lot. So that's why I'm going to these different links here. But yeah, I would like to know if you want to give this a try. It's not too hard. It's using up your book page. It's going to be a useful piece in your journal. Now right here, I'm just measuring where I need to cut that off. And because this has got lines already on it, all I need to do is like cut right across one of these lines. I don't need a cutter or nothing. That is if you're good with being able to cut a straight line. All right, so that's for that one. And then this is for this one. All right, let's put him in here. I don't know that I want smoking and snake to be showing on the top. The back is going to be totally sneezing. Okay, I'll take sneezing over smoking. Oh, but this was some kind of a, what was it? A superstitions book. So it was telling you all these different superstitions. So that's why I got some crazy stuff in it. Okay, so we're going to draw our base to where he's resting. Okay. And glue him down. All right. Butterfly. Yep, I hope everybody's got nice weather their way, good health their way, great plans their way. The weekend is upon us, isn't it? Well, I'm filming this Thursday, I'm sorry. So it's not going to be long. I have an appointment to take Mom to tomorrow. Oh, I was trying to scoot him over, but he didn't want to go, so he can stay right there. And I have to figure out the part I need to cut down here. Now, if you wanted to get kind of fancy, you can actually take this and fold it backward this way on that point and make another pocket and have this a double pocketed item. That's just saying, if you would like to do something like that. That means it would not exactly go into a pocket maybe on your journal, because this is like 5 inches across. It might be more of a Happy Mail kind of a situation. That kind of thing. All right, so now what we're going to do is get in here and do our gluing. So we want to do the whole outside edge all the way around. And I usually will set it down somewhere like this to get the wiggly, wimpy top part to stay still for me. Just like that. And then we're going to go around the outside edge here. And I'm trying to get as close as possible, but you don't want to get too close to that it bleeds. Then I'm just swiggling some glue in here, there, and everywhere. just so it has a good adhere. And then the easiest way I've found to do it is to go and I'll get my tweezers and then I get my thumb and I'm going to measure it against the bottom. And then if you go over the white at the back a little bit, that's okay. We just want the front to be showing. And then I'll come back and rub this over it to get it to go down. And then I can always trim the white off. Yep, there we go. You just want to make sure your edge of your circle is down all the way. And then you go ahead and clip your, whoops, if my hand will land in the right spot. There we go. If you feel like you need to go back over it with a little bit of the black ink, I found that I didn't need to. I just kind of left it like that. But you might want to do your edge, like I always do my edges like this, and I pinch them really good while they're still nice and wet. There you go. That's what we're doing to that one so far. I really like the gold. It's showing through the fern. I think it gives it a little bit more, especially with that color butterfly. So let's get this one glued down. And then I need to show you my other ones. And I think we're going to try to decorate up a few. It's not much that's going to be done to them. I still need to get my base piece on here, which that isn't hard. I just got to cut it in the right place and get it down. Look, I'm way down below there and you didn't even see what I was doing. Oh, I hate when that happens. I try to get in visual so you can always see what I'm doing. I've got so many little projects I want to do. Paper Crafting with Miss Tommy just made a cute little purse. That's actually a journal cover situation. And I love that. I got to figure out what I want to make with that. And then this new lady I've been watching, Crafty by Tony, Toni. And it's crafty with a T-Y, not I-N-G. She did, like, I guess they were considered a book cover, like for the front of your book journal. So I want to make a lot of those because she's got the grungy aesthetic along with the using a lot of Tim Holtz products and things like that. So I'm really enjoying watching her stuff and seeing all the techniques she uses and all different stamps, and gives me an idea of what I might want to have in my own craft room, because certain things will do certain, you know, certain types of techniques for you. Just cutting off that little bit extra. That little bit looks like it's a little closer and I need it, so I'll just do that. All right. On to the next step. Okay, this is a scrap piece off of another little project I'm going to be doing. It may not be one I'm going to do on here because I've actually already done it, but I may do it as a show and tell at the end of another video. So anyhow, we want to get our pencil, which is hiding down here. And I think I want to use this on here. I thought it was going to be more blue. All right, I switched that one out for another one. I like this one better because it matches some of the green better and the white. So I'm going to mark this. I want a little bit of an edge, kind of a framing it, you know. So we're going to mark it right there. And then we're going to mark it right here for this one. Let's get that taken care of. And there it was on the tiny daisy. And let me make sure. I always try to line my marks up here because I don't, you know, this one doesn't seem to be lining up right when you go across the bottom edge. So I always try to measure with the lines as well. Kind of a situation. So yeah, I really like that. I've got a butterfly on there too. Oh, if I turn it like that, I think it'd be better. This is actually, you know, this way, but we're making it work for us. Let's see. I have a little bit of blue, but that blue does not match this, so we're not going to worry about it. We're going to go to this one, measure there, and then go over here. Yeah, and measure here. All right. And then I'm using up scraps, as you can see, which is very helpful, so they don't pile up on you. Okay, am I measured out right? I think it's close enough. There. So, those pieces can go to the wayside. One more scrap taken care of. So what I'd like to do is go around the outside edge with the black to get the white core off of it and to kind of make it look like it's working into the same scene. Is that going to work good? Or is that one? That one side looks, no, it's all right. I thought it was a little crooked, or crooked enough for me to not be able to stomach. Are you like that? Do you see something and it's, I don't know if that's a type of OCD in me or what, but I just can't take if it's a little off. I really like that side too, but not really. But yeah, it's like something is not in its right place. But, you know, I'm not one to clean, so I don't know what exactly it is with me. But I like to have something. I always notice odd stuff, you know. Just things that aren't quite right. Like that is not over far enough. So I know that's not quite right. There, that did it. And let's smooth it down real quick for the ink or the glue dries. All right. You know, it's always something to try to understand yourself. Okay. And let me come in here and see if I can put that right there. Yep. Right there. So, those two are done. Let me cap my glue for the moment, and then we're going to have to see if we got anything we can decorate these little guys with. These are the ones I did before. Now, if you notice these black things here on this one, I was trying to get the idea of a specimen slide. And what I did is I took just a scrap piece of paper, and I've got this square punch. And what I was doing was punching some black, a black square out of it. I don't have a tinier square. So what I was doing after that was I was just trying to cut as close as possible a square off of that. And try to get them as close as I can. But it doesn't matter if you're not able to. As you can see by my demo piece. And then I was just taking and putting them down. Like this black one, or this one with the black middle of the flower and the pieces on the wing, I think it would look really good on this one. But you don't have to do it on all of them or whatever. But I thought it would give that look without you having to have one of those cutters or stamps or whatever you might have. You know, a stamp might work, but I'm going over a couple of different surfaces here. Now that's going to cover up that one flower, but it's not really much to look at anyway. And then we'll do this one. I was just wanting to show you that one because in case you were trying to figure out where I was going with this and why I've called it a specimen slide. That was the idea. And it's not quite the distance of the actual square away from the edge. I think it's a little less than that. That's what I'm trying to picture in my head, you know, from seeing the ones on the die cut, you know, that Tim Holtz has got. That's what I'm trying to get at. All right, so this was my first one, and I did a little bit of decorating right here, so we'll probably do some of that. I've got a pink one here that's very pretty, and that one was another pink one, and both of those have a different base. Now, as you can see, this one's base is a little wonky because I went with two of those, but I may cover that up with something like a gold thread, or some of the ephemera might take away from that. Here is one with the blues. Now, see, this is more of a teal. Just a little bit off, but at least it's a different color. All of them have the same fern technique going on them. I didn't have any other stamping on these, but the bases are a little different to kind of go with the color of the background. See, here's the green ones. I really love the green ones. And I love how it has this different look in the background because of the three different inks. So, what I'm going to do is bring over some little goodies. I've got a little guy right here, and I'm going to have to cover that top. I didn't realize it was glaring on you the last time I used it, so I apologize. So, let's take these two and see what we can do. We'll go with colors, you know. And so, I like the little thin strippy guys that's in here. Like we have one that says price. I'm not really sure what that is, but we'll put that in there. Something bold, you know, something dark and bold. I like this number better than I like that one. This off color really looks good. I have a bird there. And these little mini things, these are snippets. What is in here? That's curator. The little tiny things are curator. And that red doesn't go because I tried that. We've got a little letter. Hey, that's something different. It's got that orange in it like him. So let's go with that. And I like this one that has another bold look to it. Actually, I'm going to trade these out. And then I need to find something a little different. Not the yellow. A different shape, I mean. That might work because that's red. That'll probably work on that one. And this one's got a little bit of a... But I want a different shape. I've used a lot of these. Ooh, there's one with green. Let's try that. Because actually, I think you're able to cut... Oh, wait a minute. I'm reaching for my little, I don't know what size punch that is. It's like a hole punch size. But I'm going to cut out those little niblets there. So I've got it a different shape. There we go. And if you got a hole punch, you can do that too, but I don't know if you can see it. I think you can. I think you would be able to see it. Oh. I dumped that in a trash can. I found it. I dumped the little trash pieces in the trash can, and everything went. All right, so let's get this on here, and I'll kind of give you an idea how I'm doing it. I'm not worrying about inking. Sorry, Phyllis. I'm not going to ink these. I'm just going to slap some paint on it. You know, I'm going to go to this side because I don't want to cover my butterfly. So we're going to do that. we're going to do the big bold one here. And do that. And I usually try to come out a little farther, like here, and stagger just a bit. And then we're going to take this one, maybe go in that little spot right there. Yep, just like that. So there's the decoration for that one. Now, if you need to come in and do a word, if you felt like doing a word on top, let me get this one decorated and we'll do that. I didn't know how many of these I was going to try to decorate with you, but you get the general idea. This is about all you need to do to these because they're so small. I mean, detailed. You don't want to really pile it full of a lot of different things and take away from the actual, focal point you've got there. Now this is a little letter that's so cute. I was trying to do some mask making. That's about where I was going here. And I needed to get a few more things in my stash that I'm able to use up, things that I've bought and stuff I've got laying around, like this book page. Oh, and I'm going to go up here with this one and stick it right there. So, okay, since I never get a chance to use too many of the black phrases in here, this is the Metallic Sticker Book by Tim Holtz. And we're going to go and use these black ones. And, they're just the regular type of thing. Go with your heart, you are loved. That's a nice one. Let's go with that one. And I always put a little dab of glue behind them, just because. Yeah. So I'll do the you are loved right up here. I'm going to go over the word parsley because I do not need to see that. So that might be a good place to have your word. Like pendulum, I don't need to see that. This one says beautiful day. We'll go with that one. So that'll take care of the wording that we need to have. The happy phrase or whatever we might want to have. And like these two, let's go ahead and do the phrases. Trust your heart, see the world. There we go. That little butterfly is going out to see the world. If I can get it off of there. There. Oh, wait a minute. I'll be using all these, I believe. They're all wanting to come off. Oops. Yep. See the world. Best day ever. That one didn't have a saying up there or a word. Oh, it was over on that side. That's all right. I can live with Poppy. Oh. Whoops. I tried to scoot it up. It didn't want to scoot. There. Best day ever will work. Yes, so get out your book page. Now, if you see how I've got a weird edge kind of going around the outside of this one, this blue one especially, and maybe the other blue, that was lying in my box. I sprayed them and left them in my box. So the paper towel that's underneath of it has soaked up so many different so many different pieces of ink that it's actually, the wet re-triggered it, and it stained that in certain spots, and I like it. I really like it. So I was okay with how it turned out. All right, this one right there. And own your story. Everybody needs to own their story. Is that kind of like you made your bed, lie in it? I don't know. Now this one, maybe in the very center, because I've got those on there, and I didn't even think about that. I only wanted to put these on a couple, just so it looked like it was a slide. And see, I've got the 1871 on that one and this. So I wouldn't want to do that on these two. I might not even need a word because I've kind of got those other words on here. Yeah, I think we're good. But this is a neat little sticker book. Look, you've got these kind of shapes in the back, and like put one of your words in there. Like, see, there's white words as well. And you also have a black one. I must have used all that black label one. Oh, no, there it is. Okay. So you can actually use a whole big label and put your word on there, which I love this. This is a great one. All right. Well, I really appreciate you coming to visit. I'm going to finish decorating these up just like I did this first one, or these first few, and that one. So I really thank you for coming to visit. I hope you got a few ideas from this. This is a very simple project, but it will use up some of your stash and your items in your stash. So thank you. Great day to everybody. Bye-bye.